Alright, this is a little video made to just kind of look at the ARC update. There's some new type of ground that I haven't seen before, kind of like brown dirt ground. This is a procedurally generated map. This is the second map I did. There's a little pond kind of out in the middle of nowhere, which is kind of cool. The redwood biome. So I just wanted to see what stage procedurally generated. It had just come out. It was patch 248. They added 3 new dinos. There's Allosaurus. I had never seen that before either, which is kind of cool. Kind of like a Carno that runs in packs. But I just wanted to see some of the drawbacks, kind of see, if it would have some issues I thought it might have, which it kind of does. But just see if it was missing any species. Some RGs, some cats, some stegos. And I just kind of wanted to see if the new species are in there as well. I've started playing ARC like a couple weeks before they release on consoles, so I've been playing for quite a while. But I take long breaks at it until they add more content. But this is basically what I was waiting for it to get to procedurally generated. Now, I don't know if there's any caves. I didn't find any caves. I doubt there's any artifacts added yet. This is a very early stage. There's not even obelisks in this map, or obelisks, however you want to pronounce it. But I do see a lot of new animals I hadn't seen before, which is kind of cool. This is actually recording. I'm not playing right now, so I just recorded a small clip. There, it does have alphas, more Allosauruses, Dimetrodons, or whatever they are called. I don't remember the names of all these dinos, and I'm going to butcher pretty much all of them, so you'll just have to excuse me on that front. There's some Ankylos. It does get a little laggy at times too, because I'm just flying around in spectator mode. Bunch of RGs. You can kind of see here's like a forest biome. One thing I noticed on both the maps is that they almost had too many hills and too many ravines. Like there wasn't enough flat land on the 2 maps I spawned. Like it was all this really rugged, rough terrain that would be hard to build on. There's kind of a gentle sloping beach. There's saber-tooth salmon, megapiranha, coals, some sharks, oil nodes under the water. Notice those everywhere. There's some stingrays. I'm just checking to see if I can find any plesiosaurs or mosasaurs, which I do find a plesiosaur. I don't find a mosasaur. More stingrays. Another thing they added to the update though, on the island and the Scorched Earth map, I guess there's like 130 different treasure chests. Oh, there's the pelagornis, the pelican thing. But there's like 130 treasure chests that have like story-driven notes in them, and when you find them, apparently it gives you like an XP buff. But it just adds a little bit more depth to the game, or a little more to the story, I suppose. I'm just kind of flying around, checking out some of these smaller islands. This map was like one major island that was like half snow, half redwood and forest, and then just a bunch of little tiny islands. You can see the glow on the Allosaurus. I think that just means it's kind of like the pack leader, which I don't know if it gives it like probably a damage buff or something. There's trikes, there's Branos, Trinodons, Carbonaires, or whatever the fuck they're called, turtles. I don't see mosasaurs. I never saw a Giga. Never saw a Bigfoot. What else did I not see? Not sure. I think I see a Tapajero right at the end. Just checking out another little small island. I think I dip into the water just to see if there's any mosasaurs out here. I run into 2 plesiosaurs here in a second. But the 3 new dinosaurs that I did see that are the newest dinosaurs is the Kaprosuchus. That's kind of like a smaller alligator that does like surprise attacks out of the water. There's something called, it's like Chalicotherium. It's kind of like a catapult animal. He just picks shit up and throws it, so it's good for like PvP, I think. And he kind of looks like a sloth crossed with a horse, crossed with a gorilla. It's kind of hard to explain what he looks like. And then also it's like a Diplocaulus, and that's kind of a giant salamander, giant newt looking thing that gives you oxygen underneath the water, I guess. So that's patch 248 for you. Let's see, I got about 5 more minutes of flying around. So as I'm flying into the winter biome, it gets a little laggy since trying to load so many animals. I do even have the video settings turned, or the graphic settings turned down. And this is a external video. This is not playing directly from ARC. This is something I recorded earlier, so it might be kind of shitty quality when I upload it to YouTube here, but so there's no problems. There's definitely drops. There's special drops. There's alphas. There's a lot of the species. There's a rhino, a T-Rex, mammoths, wolves, cats. Guess I never did see a Titan boa. Here's the new animal that's like a catapult. Here's 3 different versions of them. So they're definitely cool looking. And then they like pick stuff up and throw them. I don't know if they throw rocks or snow or what it is they throw. But they're definitely cool looking. Ankylos there. RGs. Wolves. Typical snow biome stuff. I'm excited though. This just enables pretty much infinite playability. I didn't even look at all the sliders that I could have done. It just gives you a disclaimer pretty much saying don't even plan on these maps staying saved because they're going to update this quickly and it's going to change things around, so it'll probably wipe the servers clean if you try to develop something here. So you'll see those slithery lizards there. That's the new Diplocaulus and the Kaprosuchus. There's 2 Kaprosuchuses there chasing one of those giant salamander things. Kind of does a weird leaping attack there. Then they eat that lizard and he completely disappears, so I don't get a good look at it. There's the Kaprosuchus. Over there you'll see the new salamander looking thing getting chased by the old crocodile. So that thing gives you oxygen underneath water if you tame it. And I'm pretty sure you can just ride him without a saddle. But he's friendly looking. Obviously the Kaprosuchus crocodiles, they're not friendly. There's a Spino. I think that's probably about it. I did notice like a new tree besides the redwood. Those trees that I'm heading towards right now, those are kind of new looking trees. I don't think I've seen them on the island or any other map. They're kind of like short, little, stocky. Kind of like the ones that are off to the right there. There's the T-Rex. Another pelagornis in the water. Those trees that I'm heading towards right now, right there, those are kind of new looking trees I hadn't seen before. Starting to turn nighttime here. So, no Diplodocus, no Mosasaur, a bunch of animals I didn't see. I'm not saying they're not on the map, but I didn't see them offhand. So I'm not sure how that's going to go, if they're going to include them all on all maps, or if you're going to have some sort of option with a slider or like a select option. At one point you'll see me try to run into this mountain to see if I can actually go into the map or like underneath the map to see if there's caves, but don't think there's caves, don't think there's artifacts. There's no obelisks. So I think that's all stuff they'll probably eventually add. There's the special drops that have the orange rings around them. Those are supposed to give you a little bit better than normal loot. But like I said, both maps I spawned, they're this really rough, rocky terrain to where it almost looks like you couldn't even build on half the map just because there are so many uneven terrain. There's trikes. I'm having a hard time even remembering what all the species are called. There's some crystal. I don't think I ever see obsidian, but I'm sure it's on the map somewhere. I doubt you could put a seed in that wouldn't give you one material. One thing though with procedurally generated is you get, a lot of times you'll get larger, less detailed like maps. So like whereas someone took their time to make the island really detailed and the center map really detailed and Scorched Earth, you got all these artificial structures that are already in the map. These are all going to be just more generic, but we'll see if they have plans to add caves and boss battles and things like that. Then here by the end of the video I just kind of zoom out to give you an overall look. I think that's a Tapejara right there, or it's a Pteranodon. But pretty big. I mean, I can't tell. There's a lot of water on this map that I spawned. But definitely a big map. There's a giant center map, half snow, half redwood and forest, and then a bunch of tiny islands splattered around this kind of long rocky island that I ended up on. There's an overall zoom out though. That's kind of me talking about the new 248 patch, the procedurally generated. I was waiting for this to happen, so I can't wait till they refine it a little bit more. I'm going to start playing this all the time. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment or a like if you did. Alright.